since I was a jit, I knew I was a winner. I pray to God forgive me cause I'm a born sinner. Got more on my plate than a Thanksgiving dinner. Gotta save for rainy days cause shit do get thinner.
Yo, how we giving it up, man? It's your boy Jumpout L.O. You tuned in to Check Your Mental. And today I want to talk about the things that are helping me stay in a straight path, right? The things that are allowing me to keep growing mentally, spiritually, and physically. Well, I always mention this, right? But reading is a very essential part of growing, because knowledge is power, and knowledge is even more powerful when you apply what you learn. So I was one of those guys that I hated to read, right? I hated to read. I never found no interest in reading. I thought it was stupid. But what I failed to realize was everything we need to succeed and learn, it's in those books. Because somebody that already went through what you want to go through, they already experienced it and they wrote a book about it to help guide you better. So why not take the guidance, right? Why not open a book and see what you can learn? Because once you learn something else, your mind expands, right? You're not in that same thinking pattern of destruction that's been destructing you your entire life, right? So again, how did I find these books that helped me? I'll tell you now. I started searching YouTube, Google. What are good self-help books? What are books to help me elevate my mind? Who are some authors that are good for this type of work that I'm doing, so I could learn something from them and teach it to the people, my viewers, right? So I stumbled up on a guy named Joe Dispenza, right? Joe Dispenza talks about the human brain and how we function, right? And one of the things that he said that kind of stuck with me was you have to unlearn to relearn, right? Because we have these old behaviors and old patterns that we've been doing them since we were kids. So it's hard to break some of these habits. So how do you break some of these habits, right? And one of the suggestions that he speaks about is meditation, right? So I started to meditate. At first, it can be very hard to concentrate with your mind always on go, right? Because your mind is thinking of a million things at once, especially when you're trying to sit down in a comfortable position trying to meditate, right? The first couple times, I didn't think that I was getting anything out of it, right? I thought, man, this is stupid. I'm not doing it right. What am I doing? But I kept trying, right? And as I kept trying, I kept getting better. And what I realized was that every time I meditate, I was very calm, at a very calm state. And I was like, yo, I like this. I like this. And it gave me like an access to my brain that I never tapped in before, right? And I was able to unlearn to relearn, because now I started looking at the things that I do that they aren't so great, right? I started paying attention to my behaviors from everything that I do, because how many of us truly pay attention to what we do, right? A lot of us don't truly pay attention to what we do. We're just on go. Our mind is on go. Everything we do is on go. You ever been driving somewhere, right? And you went somewhere far for a long distance, and I bet you didn't even notice the trees or the buildings or whatever you saw on the road, because you were so on autopilot that you'd have been driving 50 miles and didn't even realize nothing. You just, where did my time go, right? And it's being aware. Awareness races, I don't know, that's the word I'm looking for. But awareness makes you be aware of you, because that's the most important thing, to be aware of you, to understand you in every single aspect, right, of life. And then what Joe Dispenza also helped me was to look at life from a different angle and not focus on the negative, but focus on the positive, right? Because it's easy to wake up on the wrong side of the bed and stay on the wrong side of the bed. But what happens when you switch that routine and you say to yourself, you know what? I don't want to be angry today. Today I choose peace. Today I don't want to pick up my phone first, right? You know, I said this before. I want to watch some affirmations. I want to watch something on TV that uplifts me. So instead of putting on the news or checking your phone, I'm gonna keep saying this and I'm gonna keep repeating this until that seed is planted and you guys understand that waking up and looking at your phone the first thing is not the best thing for you, right? It might disturb your peace. So, first thing I do when I wake up, I said this before, do something else. Listen to other things. Even your music, switch the things that you're listening to. Are you listening to something violent? Are you listening to something peaceful? At least for the mornings when you first wake up, listen to something peaceful that's going to uplift you to have a great day. And think about this. Words are so powerful. If you wake up and say to yourself, I'm going to have a bad day, then guess what? You're going to have a bad day because you spoke that into the universe. You spoke that into the universe. Now you're having an awful day and you're wondering, why am I having a bad day? Because you spoke that into existence, right? So watching Joe Dispenza and kind of actually doing the things that he suggested is really helping me. And I'm going to keep saying this is really helping me because it's an ongoing process. I am not 100% there, but hey, what I love to do is when I have some knowledge, I like to pass it forward because that's how you gain more knowledge, by passing it forward. We don't get more by keeping it to ourselves. We gain more by giving, right? And having an abundant mind state. So one of the things that he said, right? If you want to feel abundance, you got to act abundantly, right? However that is. How will an abundance person act? And that's how I've been acting lately because I want abundance in my life. I want great things in my life. So I have to speak it into existence. I have to act like the things that I want already got it. So you could have that feeling. Because if you could feel it, you can attain it. And that's the thing that he's teaching me, right? That if we can feel it, if we could change that feeling and we already act in our hearts like we already attained that goal, it's gonna come to us. It's gonna come to us. It's gonna come to us quicker than what we expect, right? Because we're speaking it into existence and we're doing what the law of attraction says for us to do, right? You believe it before you even got it, and it's gonna come to you. But how many of us walk by faith and not by sight? Some of us got to see it to believe it, and that's the mentality that's keeping us stuck. You don't have to see it to believe it. If you could see it in your mind already, it's gonna come to you. Trust and believe, because I gave the example of my studio one time of how I wanted to have my own personal recording studio, right? And I wanted my own personal studio, and I kept saying it, y'all want my studio, on my studio. I ended up getting a job at a place that sells studio equipment, and I ended up getting my equipment for cost price because I worked there and I got an employee discount. I spoke those things into existence, and that was before I even knew about the law of attraction. That was just me wanting something, right? And I wanted it so bad that I created my reality, right? You can do the same thing, right? Instead of focusing on the negative, focusing on what you don't have, practice gratitude, right? Because gratitude will change your attitude. If you practice gratitude and be grateful and actually speak those things into existence, you can accomplish a lot. You can accomplish a lot of things by being positive and changing your attitude. Attitude is everything, right? Don't be mad. Don't be bitter. Change that attitude. Find things that uplift you. Because if you get motivated and you get focused on your dreams, you're going to accomplish each and every one of them. I guarantee you that. Because I'm on the road to mine. I'm living my dreams. I'm doing what I love. I'm making music and I'm helping people. That's what I want to do. And I'm doing it. So you can do the same. So I challenge you. One thing I suggest is just a suggestion. Go look up Joe Dispenza. Go watch some of his interviews. Go do some of his meditations. And don't expect things to change right away. But if you keep doing them, I guarantee you things will change for you. So I'm going to leave you out with that, because I don't want to cram you out with information. I give you a little bit at a time. So follow Joe Dispenza and listen to the things that he say, because he's truly helping me become better. And that's all I want to do. I want to be the best version of myself, because for a long time, I didn't love myself. And now I love me. I love me. And I want the best for me. And you should want the best for you too. So, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know. Just don't watch it. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what you don't like. I need your feedback so I can become better. And I want to give a big shout out to Sue, because Sue was we used to work together, and that was like my work mom. And she's a constant viewer. She's always watching. She's always commenting. And I just want to tell you, Sue, that I appreciate you and I love you from the bottom of my heart. Say hi to April and your kids for me. And I love you. So you tuned in to Check Your Mental. This your boy Jumpout L.O. I'm out.
I'm living stress-free in Miami on a jet ski with my boo, she my lover and my bestie. Cause she the one that bring the best me. She my right, even when shit go left. Through the trials, she ain't never left me. When I'm wrong, she come and correct me. And when I'm down, she come and caress me. I knew she was the one cause I ain't wanna cheat. I knew I wasn't loved, she helped me leave the streets. I love her, that's my baby boo. And she bout to have my baby too.